And usually if they're older, or even if they're puppies, sometimes the names are just perfect. So.
Yeah, he's young. This is my older boy, Pepe. He's the love of my life.
How old is he?
When this pandemic is over, if anybody needs a therapy dog visit, you can call Pepe. He'll come visit you. He is 8, so he's not that old. He's in great shape. And he's the sweetest guy in the world. So what do we need? If you would like to use, if you have a little handheld weight, you can, but honestly, this will be fine without it. I have a set here of 3 pounds and I have 2 pounds, but if you don't have it, don't worry. You can also grab soup cans, cans of diced tomatoes, tuna fish, water bottles, anything that you have, as long as they're the exact same weight, or we can do it with nothing. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. If you want to add a little weight, you can. And if you don't want to, that's fine too.
Well, for me, I haven't been exercising my arms very much. So I was thinking I'd try my 1-pounders.
Try your 1-pounders, but some of the things we're going to do I would say don't do it, because we're going to do like some arm circles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If they get it might be a little bit much.
Yeah.
You might be able to just do it without, and we'll stretch. But I would definitely try your 1-pounders. It's
okay.
enough, because we're going to do a lot of reps. So 1 is perfect.
Okay.
Whenever I get my okay, we'll start.
Yeah, so are you ready once I introduce you?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to spotlight you in a moment. I'm going to spotlight myself first.
But something keeps flying up on my screen.
I'll tell you what it is. So I made you a co-host, and therefore you're seeing the people who are entering. But I'm going to take care of that on my end.
No, that's fine. I've had trouble getting on lately. Like for my yoga class also, so I was a little nervous, and it took me, I had to keep going out and in today, but I'm glad I'm here. So
okay. Yeah, so ignore those. It's basically asking you to admit people who are in the waiting room.
Okay, good.
All right, so I am going to officially commence today's program, which is Sit and Be Fit, or as we would like to share, exercise for your body and mind. And we are honored to have Nancy Mendelsohn do this once again for us and lead this. She is, I call her a fitness expert, but also an expert in many other health topics. She is very into being healthy in mind, body, and spirit. So I'm going to presentation with Nancy. I'm going to put her as spotlight. And if anyone has any need for speaking up or a question, definitely just unmute your mic. She's not going to be able to see the chat. So just ask those questions, hopefully in a lull, so you're not disturbing the activity or exercise that she's doing.
Yeah, no, please feel free to ask. I'm going to close the curtains so you can see me better. Is that better?
No. It's fine.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, unless you want to do the one behind you, but you're definitely not in the sunlight, so it's fine.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Oh, I see. That's probably better.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, thanks. That was a very sweet introduction. I'm really a master of nothing, but I do like to teach this. So if anybody has anything they want to work on, let me know. My big rules: if it hurts, please don't do it. You can ask me for a modification or just stop. Just don't hurt yourself. That's my biggest concern. So we're going to start out and do a little breathing and stretching, and then we're going to do some very gentle movements. And you guys tell me what you want. If there's something more you want, I'd love to hear that, and we can do that. Okay? So let's all just sit, just straighten your chair. So pretend your back is against a wall and get as straight as you can with your hands at your sides. Head up, shoulders back. And we're just going to take a couple deep breaths. So we're going to breathe up and in and down and out. We'll do 2 more. Okay, so we did 5 deep breaths. And when you breathe, I like to breathe into my belly. So I'm going to kind of show you how I take a deep breath in. I'm going to feel it all the way into my belly till my belly's full. And you almost push your belly out because it's filled with air. And then blow the air out. And you feel your belly contract again. So that's always how I like to breathe. The thing about breathing, which is fantastic, especially now, because we're all in a stressful time, and I have this weird thing when I drive on the freeway and I have to go over a big ramp. I get anxious. It's just something about me. I hate roller coasters. Not afraid of heights, but I am like when those big freeway ramps, and I get pain from my knees down. And I've learned that if I breathe through it, it doesn't happen. So, or if I get bad news or something's going on, if I just even take 5 or 10 deep breaths like that, it really changes everything. So hold on to that. And I hope next time I see you, maybe you've told me that you tried that, and hopefully it works. I've been doing this for a long time, and I guarantee you it works if you just remember to do it. And sometimes I forget also.
Nancy, one of the things I found, if I can't get to sleep, taking deep breaths, do some yoga breathing through the abdomen, that really helps relax me so that I can get to sleep.
That I do that also with sleep. I don't really have that problem, but every once in a while, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I just do that breathing, because you're concentrating on the breath rather than the idea that you can't sleep. Do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that does help. It just calms your body down. So whatever it is, whatever is keeping you awake or giving you a little stress. So, okay, so we're gonna do some shoulder stretches now. So I want you to take your right arm, and I'm not mirroring you, sorry. So you're gonna be opposite me. And we're just gonna hold it right below the elbow. Keep the elbow straight. Pull across as far as you can. And then we'll take a breath. Let's do one more. Okay, and we'll come down and go to the other side. Same thing, right below the elbow. The elbow stays straight. We don't want to really lock it and be strong with it. Just kind of relax but straight. And once again, a couple deep breaths. Okay, and if you don't have shoulder problems, we're going to raise above your head and take your hand and touch the back between your shoulder blades and gently push back. If your shoulders bother you, just do the one we just did again. Couple breaths. You should feel a nice stretch all down here. And let's bring it down and go to the other side. Okay, then we're going to gently take the right hand on top of your head towards the left side and gently, just very gently, just pull until you feel a stretch right here in your neck. And then we'll do that on the other side. We never use jerking motions, very gentle and smooth, just like our breaths. Okay. And then we're going to take our hands and pull them out like this. You might feel a crack in your knuckles. And we'll gently go above the head. And if you can, we'll get out of the chair and do it like this. Just lift as far as you can. Okay, let's sit back down. So now we're just we stretched a little the upper body, and now we're gonna warm it up. So we'll start with some very gentle arm circles. I don't recommend weights for this. And we'll just do 10 times forward, small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then let's go big. 2, 6, 7, 8, 10. And then let's go 10 times back, small.
I think so.
And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're gonna hold on to your chair. You can't really see, but I'm holding on. And we're gonna gently take your left arm over to the right or opposite, it doesn't matter. As long as you get each side. And then come up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to do a little upper body strengthening. If you have weights, pick them up. And if not, you're great without weights. So we'll start with our biceps. And so I'm scooting to the edge of my chair because I need to, otherwise my weights will hit. But whatever way you're comfortable, always hold your belly in, that supports your back. And sit up as straight as you can, shoulders down and back. Okay, just try very hard not to hunch. We don't want to hunch, we want to be straight. Okay. And we're just going to do some, we call these hammer curls. And this just gets the biceps. So we're going to pull up and give it a big squeeze. Show me your muscles. 2, 3. So I want to feel my muscles. I really want to feel my muscles. And we're going to keep the elbows. See how they're kind of hugging my waist. They're in. So we don't want them to do this. We want them to stay in. Six, 7, 8. We're going to go to 12. 10, 11. 12. Okay, and now we're going to go out to the side. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're just going to take a 20-second break, kind of let your arms recover for a minute, or a third of a minute. Okay, and then we're going to do bicep curls where my hands are holding the weights like this, but I'm still going to start at the bottom, and we're going to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's put our weights down. And we're going to take another 20-second break, and then we're going to do that all over again. So, reminder, sit up straight, belly in, shoulders back, chest out, chin up. Not up, but just level. Okay, so let's get our weights again. And we'll start with the hammer curls. And I know I forgot to do the break between the first one because I should have, but because I'm hard on myself, sometimes I don't give myself a break, but I'm going to give you a break. Okay, so let's do 12. Okay, so put your weights down again. Just take a couple deep breaths like I taught you before. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we'll start back and go to the side. So this is just working different parts of your biceps. And if you give it a big squeeze, hopefully you'll feel, I don't want you to be sore tomorrow, I just want you to feel it. I want you to feel stronger. Okay, let's take another couple deep breaths. Okay, and then we'll do the bicep curls. So arms down at your side, and we're just gonna come straight up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we got our biceps. So next we're going to do the opposing muscle groups. So we have our biceps and our triceps. So next we're going to do our triceps. So you can sit like this in the chair and go straight back. I'm just demonstrating. Okay. If you have arms or something and the chair is in your way, you can also stand up, bend slightly over. You don't want, not like that, like halfway, and press straight back. And what you want to feel is you want to feel a tightening right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to the edge of my chair. And once again, I'm going to hold my belly in, shoulders back, chin up. But I am going to lean forward a little bit. So, and we're going to go straight back. Okay, that should have been 12. And even without weights, if you're pushing and squeezing, you're getting a great exercise. So with or without weights, I do often do this with no weights. Okay, let's take another couple deep breaths, and then we'll do another set. Okay, so we're gonna slightly forward, head up, belly in. 1 and 2 and 6. Okay, take another couple breaths. And we'll do our last set. Okay, so hopefully you felt that and you got all the reps in. So now we're going to do the same stretch as we did before, because that's going to stretch this out. So you're not locking your elbow, but it's straight. And we're going to pull our arm across like this. And you should get a nice big stretch in that whole area. Shoulder, bicep, tricep. Okay, now let's come to the other side. Okay, now we're going to take our hand and press the fingers down so you get a nice stretch through the forearm. That should feel really good. Now, if you can, any of you take your thumb. Can you see this? Ah, there we go. And try and stretch your thumb down as much as you can. Now go to the other hand and we'll stretch again. Get a nice forearm stretch. I feel this in my hand also. And then we'll grab the thumb like we did before and stretch that down. And now on the right hand, we're gonna gently stretch this wrist area. So I want you to just push your fingers down and press on the back of the hand just until you feel a stretch. So you should feel it throughout the whole back of your hand. And then let's go to the other side. Okay. So now we're going to move to our chest and shoulders. And this might be a lot if you have any weights in your hand. I'm actually going to go grab my lighter weights. But feel free to put them down because it's a lot on the shoulders. Okay, so we'll start with the chest, and we're gonna hold our hands out in goalposts. So we're playing football and I'm the goalpost. Okay, we'll sit up, belly in once again, and we're gonna just go in, squeeze in, and out. So we're gonna pull in, and you should feel that in your chest. And when you push out, you should feel it in your back. Okay, so let's do 12 more of these. Okay, let's take a couple breaths, take a 20-second break. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, and let's do that again. So goalposts, squeeze both ways. We want to squeeze both ways, really strong. Okay, we're gonna take a couple more breaths and we're gonna do that one more time. Okay. Okay, I hope you all felt that and that felt good for you. So one thing is a lot of times as we age, people get sore shoulders and necks. So if you push overhead, that's fine. But if you ever have any pain in your shoulder and your neck, the first thing you want to do is stop pushing overhead. So that's just a little knowledge that you can take with you. And that makes a big difference. So my shoulders bother me sometimes and I want to keep pushing overhead and I have to make myself stop. So, okay. So the next thing we're going to do is for the back of our shoulders and the front actually. So we're going to take our weights by our side, elbows bent, and we're just going to raise to our shoulders. So my weights are like this. If you don't have weights, your hands are like this. 1. Press out. Breathe out as you're going out. Okay, we'll take a short rest, a couple deep breaths. Okay, let's do another side. Couple breaths, and we'll do one more set. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's take another rest. We're gonna do one more exercise for the back of the shoulders. And this is really good and therapeutic. So I'm gonna hold the weights out in front, but we'll start together. And we're just gonna go to the side as far as you can and together. So breathe out, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's for your rotator cuff, and we'll do a couple more sets of those. And here's Brody. Hi, Brody. Okay. We'll do it again. 1, 2. Notice how my arms are going straight out from my waist and straight back to the center. 6, 7. Okay, set that down. Okay, let's get one more set of those. Sit up straight, belly in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Okay, so next we're gonna do some abdominal work and some side work. So your obliques. If anybody can't do something, feel free to unmute and ask me for a modification. That would be great. So I'm gonna sit up straight, and the most important thing is the belly in and the breathing. So we're gonna take our hands behind our heads like this. If you can't do behind your head, just do this, okay? But if you can, behind your head, and we're gonna raise your left knee to your right arm and do this. 1, and then opposite. So let's go to 20. So that'll be 10 on each side. And just do your personal best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, now we're gonna do some side. So those are like a front crunch, and now we're gonna do a side crunch. So we're gonna do one side at a time here though. So we'll go to the right and go down as low as you can. It doesn't have to be a big movement, but it has to be a smooth movement, and you have to sit up as straight as you can. So I don't care if you're just going like that, that's fine. It's the form that's most important. And we're not pushing on our head. We don't want to push. We just want to gently touch our fingers to the back of our head. Okay, so we'll go side. 1. We'll do 10 on each side. Okay, and now we'll go to the other side. Okay, now we're going to do something, and this is a yoga move. It's called cat-cow. So we're going to, I'm going to stand up to show you this, but you don't have to stand up. You can stay in your chair, and then I'm going to sit down and do it in the chair. But so we're going to, like this, I'm going to stretch my back up. Can you see I'm turning up? So like a cow or a cat. I think that's a scared cat. I don't have a cat. And then we're gonna breathe out and blow all the air out. And then in, we're gonna arch our back. And then out and in. So you can do that seated in a chair. So we're gonna push out, get up, get rid of all that air in your lungs. And then we're gonna stretch up and refill those lungs. Out and in and out. In. Let's do 2 more. Very good. So that's a breathing exercise. It kind of loosens up your back. I feel it a lot in my lower back because my lower back is almost always tight. So now we're going to get into some lower body work, and then we're going to come back and do another set of abdominal work. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our right leg over our left, like so. If you can't get your leg up, you're going to go like this. So Let me, kind of tricky. So either you're like this or you're like this. And either way, I want you to lean forward just enough to where you feel a stretch. Okay, so I want you to feel a stretch throughout your thigh and your glutes. So you're just gonna lean forward. Now we're not rounding forward. We're just gonna stay straight and lean forward as much as you can. And just take a couple breaths there. And then let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, hopefully you got a nice stretch there. And then we're just gonna do a little leg and footwork. So what I want you to do is raise your leg as much as you can. If you can only get it up an inch off the floor, that's fine. I'm holding mine a lot because I want you to be able to see me. So we're gonna point and flex. Really strong. Now let's do a couple ankle circles to the right. And then let's go to the left. Okay, and let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. And then we'll do some ankle circles to the right. And to the left. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the right leg and we're gonna do some thigh strengtheners. So what we're gonna do, and please hold on to your chair, we're gonna lift the right leg a little bit and just straighten and down. When you straighten, I want you to really tighten that thigh on the right leg. So we'll do a couple sets of these on each leg. So 1, and we're gonna do 12. Tighten as much as you can. Okay, and then let's go to the other leg and do the same thing. Straighten and tighten. Always sitting up straight and holding your belly in. Okay. So now we're just gonna do some fancy footwork. And this is just to kind of like a mind-body exercise where we're following a pattern like we're dancing. So we're gonna go out, out, in, out, in. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And then we'll go the other way. So now I'm starting with my other foot. Out, out, in, out, in. Oops, I got messed up. Okay, now we're going to come up and do another set of abdominals. So you can see me. Okay. So we're going to put our hands behind our heads. Once again, no pushing on the neck, okay? Just very gentle. And then we'll go to opposite sides. Right to left, left to right. Squeeze those abs. Okay, now we're going to go to the side like we did last time. So we'll start with our right side. And once again, just gently over. Okay, and let's go to the left now. And then we're going to do the cat cows again. So if you'll remember, we push all the air out and puff our back up like a scared cat. And then we inhale like a cow. We arch our back. Okay. Hope everybody's feeling good. Okay, now we're going to go back to those leg exercises. So we'll start with the right leg, extend, and our foot is flexed when we extend, and down, and a big squeeze through here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more. Okay, now we're going to roll the ankles like we did before, to the right and to the left. Okay, and then let's go to the other leg. So foot is flexed. Okay, once again, roll to the right and to the left. And then we'll point flex. So you don't have to do this, I'm just showing you because I want you to be able to see. Your foot can be way down on the floor, but we're gonna point and flex. And then we'll go to the other foot and point flex. Okay, and then we'll do that fancy foot dance again. See if I can do it this time. Out, out, in, out, in, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And now we'll start with the left foot. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. It kind of loosens up the hips. So we're going to spend the last few minutes stretching. Unless there's something somebody else wants to do, you can tell me. Other than that, we're going to do some nice stretching. So I want you to take your foot and point it. Oh, really hard to navigate this computer screen. So just point until you feel a nice deep stretch here. Take a couple breaths and flex. Okay, come to the other point and flex. Okay, so if you can get out of your chair, and what I like to do is kind of put one foot in front of the other and hold on to the chair. You can see, and just bend this back knee a little so you're getting a nice stretch in your calf. So like that. And I feel a nice stretch in my calf. You see I'm holding on to my chair. And then we'll just turn around and do it on the other side. So I'm getting a nice stretch. I'm bending, the front knee's bent, the back knee is bent a little, just until I feel a nice good stretch. Okay, we'll sit back down. And if you can hold on to one side and grab your below your knee, your shin, your ankle, wherever you can grab, And just gently give the thigh a stretch. So whatever you can grab so you feel a little stretch in your thigh. So I need to really pull it back to get a good stretch. Put that down. And then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. So we can here, and even if you can't do anything, just give it a little lift. That's all you need. And we're gonna come up, hold on to the chair with your right hand, and then lean over and get a nice big side stretch. Okay, come on back down and let's go to the other side. Nice big side stretch. Now I want you to sit up straight and just lean forward. So I'm sliding my hands forward as much as I can on my knees, and lean forward as much as you can. Don't hunch over, just as straight as you can and as much as you can. Even if it's an inch, that's great. Just until you feel a little stretch in your back. Okay. Now, if you can, I want you to take your hands behind your back. Don't get up, just lift as much as you can to get a nice stretch throughout the chest. And then we'll do the same thing in front. Kind of stretches out the hands, the wrists, the shoulders, the back of the arms. And then once again, we're going to do this and get the wrist and the hand. I feel like that's an area a lot of us ignore, and a lot of us have hand pain, so this helps. And the thumb. And then let's go back to the other side. And the thumb. Now we're going to wake up our arms a little. So I want you to take your left hand and make a knife. And I want you to give yourself a little self-massage all the way up and down. You can get the neck, the shoulder, the top of the arm, all the way to the forearm. I like to go up and down. You can turn around, whatever feels good. And this should feel really good. Kind of gets the blood moving and give yourself a little self-massage. Let's go up and down one more time. I really like to do it in my neck and shoulder area. And then let's go to the other side. So let's make a knife. And do our breathing. Okay, and then we'll do one more shoulder stretch, like we've done a couple times today. I just think this feels so good. Take a couple deep breaths. Okay, and let's go to the other side. And then let's finish how we started. So we'll take a deep breath overhead. If it bothers you to go above your head, go to your shoulders. So either like this or like this. Blow the air out. And one more time. And that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. Questions?
Yes.
First of all, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
What weight dumbbells were you using?
Well, I started with 3s, but because I do a lot of reps, these feel heavy. And I used to lift, not heavy weights, but I used to lift like 10 and 12 pound weights. And since I started doing a lot of reps, I do 2s and 3s, and I like it just as much and I don't get hurt. But then I went down to 2s. So
About a 2 pound would be good for us old folks, huh?
have you done any weights?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, whatever's comfortable to you. So since COVID, when I don't go to a gym, I just work out at home. And I really enjoyed the light weights more, and I find that I get hurt a lot less. Maybe I'm not as strong, but I don't know how strong I need to be as long as I stay in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not like I'm lifting heavy things. So yeah, I would start with 2s. If you don't have any weights at home, seriously, just take 2 water bottles. You know, if you have 16-ounce water bottles that are even 8-ounce, 12
Yeah,
ounce,
that's what I was thinking of using.
you should do it.
Okay.
And see how it goes. You know, and that way you can play around with it. A lot of people use soup cans or like tomato cans, you know, diced tomatoes.
Yeah, the 16-ounce water bottles is a good size to hold in your hand.
Yeah, try it. And if you want, we can do this class again with water bottles. I'm really green, so I don't buy water bottles. But I will. I'll have Levy save a couple for me.
We'll do it with bunches of radishes.
Costco.
Exactly. Anyway, so yeah, just very light weights. And if you want to do more of this, we can do more. And if you want to do more without me, I can help you find some YouTube channels. Do you have YouTube on your TV?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So there are a lot of really, really good exercise classes. And I like them a lot. Sometimes you can do like a 15-minute one. And then if you want more, add another 10 minutes. And if you just like type in exercises for seniors or weight classes for seniors or stretching, you'll be amazed at what's there.
What was that?
I just said you'll be amazed at what's available to you on YouTube. It's great.
Okay. I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah. If you ever have questions, reach out to me, please.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoyed it. You did great.
Any other questions for Nancy? All right. Well, I will officially thank you. And of course, we'll stay on and chat. But thank you very much, Nancy.